this is Tweet. Welcome back to my channel, and for those who are new, welcome. Today, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and do brows. Right now, I'm just going to line the outer side of my brows. I will say that the best thing to do is make sure that your brows are arched. There's plenty of how-to videos on how to do that, especially now that we're in the quarantine season. And we don't know how long it's going to be, but I know you want to stay on Fleek. So the next thing that I do is I go to the top and then I begin to fill in. And whatever I do on one side, I'm going to do to the next side, kind of like a math equation. I did pick the worst time to do a brow tutorial because, as you can see, my pencil is just about gone and I'm really dealing with the booty of it. So right here, the most inner part of my eyebrows are extremely thin. So if you don't have extremely thin eyebrows towards the inner of your brows, then the little fading and the shine of it won't be as bad because I don't have a lot of hair there. So I do kind of feel like I don't always cast the best because of a reflection there, but don't worry about it. You got to do the best you can with what God gave you. Right here, I'm just using a flat brush. It doesn't have to be angled. It just needs to be nice enough for you to just fade out the inner sides of your brow. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to bring each part out further enough to where they can connect. This will allow me to get them as even or asymmetrical as possible. Remember, your brows don't have to be twins, but you do want to keep them sisters. And remember, what you don't like, you can always keep on working on it. You'll see throughout this tutorial how I continue to try to get them as best as possible. So you'll basically be giving yourself like a unibrow. Now I know that you guys can see that my brows are not perfect right now, but it's okay because we're finna go in with the concealer. This concealer is LA Pro Girl in the color Warm Honey. When I'm finna do a full face of makeup, I will go light with Warm Honey, but if you're about my complexion, which is like a 400 to a 420 in Rihanna and about a NC 50 and MAC Studio Fix, and I'm a cow and NARS to give you guys a range. I typically will do fawn if I'm gonna not have any makeup on and kind of fade that out so it looks seamless. So right now, before I started to put on this product, I warmed it on the back of my hand. Then I got the brush as flat as I could and I began to line the under part of my brow. And take your time with this because I've been doing it for a while. I can go a little faster, but take your time, go piece by piece if you need to. And then I'm gonna do the top. So because my brows are more so rounded, when I want an arch, I have to create it, which you'll see me do in just a moment. But typically, if I'm not doing anything, I won't create the arch as sharp as I do. But for the sake of the tutorial, I decided to go ahead and do it. But do what you want, make it your own. Another thing I would like to say when you are using the concealer, be sure to allow it to sit a little bit. You don't want to do the bottom and work on it. You want it to sit there for a while. Trust me, it makes a huge difference. And so you'll see me keep playing with that and each side until I'm happy with it. So I'm just going in to clean up the front part to make sure that it is lining up with the other side, like so, like this. If you hear that beeping, that is my fire detector keep going off and I can't reach it, so sorry about that. Okay, so now we're going in with a fluffy brush. It doesn't have to be this particular fluffy brush. This is a flat fluffy brush, but this is the one that was clean. I have to clean a lot of my brushes, but any fluffy brush that you have, you want to go in and you want to start pulling down and blending it out. And as you can see, I start blending out that end parts first, and then I go in and try to go in a little deeper for a more seamless look. But definitely make sure that you're not touching the actual pencil that you drew them out with. Even if you did, you can still clean it up with concealer, but you want to try your best to not have to keep on cleaning up stuff. If you hear my kids in the background, it's because it's quarantine time. You know they home all the time, so. Okay, so when you're doing concealers, as you can see that this is a few shades lighter than my skin, but when I come in with my actual makeup, all this will kind of come melt together to be perfect and seamless. But if you don't like that halo look, make sure that you're using a concealer that is closest to your skin color at the top, and maybe a one that is like a shade lighter than your skin at the bottom if you want a more natural look. So then you go in the middle and you clean that up. You don't want to you want to take your time on the inner part because you don't want to have to keep on going in, but if you do what you have to do. Now for some perfectionists, and say if this color at the top was closest to my skin, it will have blended out already. So I hope you guys enjoyed this eyebrow tutorial. Like always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.